My girlfriend said, I called 911 and told them you hit me so you'd come home from poker night early. The police were at my door. I replied, creative. Then I showed officers my doorbell camera footage of her rehearsing her story and punching herself. When they arrested her for filing a false report and wasting emergency resources, I, 31 male, was holding a full house when my phone started vibrating across the table. 11 missed calls from my girlfriend Becca. Then the text, come home now or you'll regret it. Stepped outside to call her. She answered before the first ring finished. Where are you? Voice shaking, but something about it felt performed. Poker night, like I told you 3 days ago. What's wrong? I need you home, right now. Becca, what happened? Are you okay? Long pause. Too long. Just come home. I'll be there at midnight like I... Forget it. Click. Weird, but whatever. She'd been moody lately. Went back to the game. 20 minutes later, unknown number. This is Officer Davis. Are you the resident of apartment 4B? My stomach dropped. Yeah, what's going on? We're responding to a domestic violence call. Your girlfriend states you struck her in the face. We need you here immediately. Time stopped. I've been at my friend's house since 6. I haven't touched. Sir, come home now. Drove like my life depended on it, because apparently it did. 2 patrol cars outside my building. Neighbors filming from windows. Perfect. My door was open. 2 cops inside. Becca on the couch with an ice pack, tears streaming, looking properly traumatized. That's him. She pointed at me like I was holding a weapon. Officer Davis stepped forward. Sir, your girlfriend says you hit her during an argument at approximately 6:30 p.m. before leaving. Impossible. I left for poker at 5:45 and I've been there since. 5 witnesses. He's lying. Becca stood up, face red, ice pack falling. He was drunk. He got mad when I asked him to stay home and he hit me. The female officer was watching me, calculating. Can anyone verify your location? Yes, 5 people. I have texts, timestamps, everything. Becca's expression flickered. Just a split second of panic. That's when I remembered. Officers, I have a Ring doorbell. Want to see what really happened? Her face went white. Pulled out my phone, opened the app, found 5:43 p.m. The footage showed me leaving, calling love you, see you later. Her voice, have fun, babe. Then I skipped to 6:45 p.m. Becca came to the door, looked both ways down the hallway, started talking to herself. Okay, he hit me. No, he pushed me first, then hit me. She slapped her own cheek, light at first harder, smack. Ow, okay. Checked her reflection in the door glass, smacked herself again. Perfect, he'll come home now. She actually smiled, then composed her face into devastation and went inside. The cops went silent. I looked at Becca. Creative. That's not, I didn't. Her voice was tiny now. Officer Davis looked at his partner. Some unspoken cop communication happened. Ma'am, filing a false police report is a misdemeanor. Misuse of 911 is another misdemeanor, and you just admitted on video to fabricating evidence of a felony assault. I just wanted him to come home. He's always leaving me alone. I was upset. So you committed 3 crimes? The female officer pulled out handcuffs. Turn around. What? No, I didn't mean he made me do this. He's never here. Ma'am, turn around. The meltdown was spectacular. Screaming, crying, begging. The neighbors definitely got their money's worth. They read her Miranda rights while she wailed that I was ruining her life. The irony was lost on her. After they took her, Officer Davis handed me his card. You'll need to give a formal statement tomorrow. Keep that footage. And seriously consider getting a restraining order. People who do this once typically escalate. Spent the night on my couch. Couldn't sleep in our bed. The whole place felt contaminated. Got a text at 1:47 a.m. from her mom. You had my daughter arrested over a misunderstanding? Drop the charges now. That's not how criminal charges work. But it told me exactly what kind of family I was dealing with. Game on. Update 1. Week later, Becca made bail the next morning. Mommy and Daddy posted $5,000 to get their precious angel out. First thing I did? Called a lawyer. Found this sharp woman named Patricia who specializes in false accusation cases. She'd seen this before. You did everything right, she said after watching the footage. That premeditation? That's gonna bury her. What should I expect? She smiled, not a nice smile. War. These cases bring out the absolute worst in people. She was right. Day 3, Becca's best friend called me from a blocked number. You're seriously pressing charges? Over a mistake? She was emotional. She committed perjury and tried to get me arrested for felony assault. Not exactly a whoopsie. You're gonna ruin her life over this. No, she ruined her own life. I just had a doorbell camera. You're such a jerk. She loved you. Funny way of showing it. Click. Then her sister started posting on social media. Vague at first. Some people are so heartless. Then more direct. Imagine getting your girlfriend arrested because you can't handle an argument like an adult. I screenshot everything. Patricia said to document all of it. Meanwhile, the detective handling the case called. Wanted me to come in for a recorded statement. Guy named Morrison, probably mid-40s, looked tired. You're lucky you had that camera, he said. Without it, you'd be the one in cuffs. I'm aware. She's lawyered up. Public defender's trying to negotiate a plea. But that footage, he shook his head. She rehearsed it. That's premeditation. The DA's not feeling generous. Good. He raised an eyebrow. Most guys in your position are emotional about this. You seem calm. I'm furious. But being emotional doesn't help me. Being smart does, he nodded approvingly. Keep that energy, you're gonna need it. Next came the property division. Becca wanted her stuff. Patricia advised having a witness present for everything. Don't be alone with her ever again. One more accusation, even if it's dismissed, creates a pattern she can use against you. So when Becca texted asking to come by and talk, I replied, you can pick up your belongings Saturday at 2 p.m. My attorney's paralegal will be present. 30 minutes only. Her response, are you serious right now? I just want to talk. All communication through your lawyer or mine. See you Saturday. She showed up with her mom, her sister, her dad, and her best friend, like she needed backup to grab some clothes. Her dad tried intimidation immediately. You should be ashamed of yourself. Getting a woman arrested. A woman who falsely accused me of assault. Potato. Her sister jumped in. She wouldn't have done it if you treated her better. Patricia's paralegal cleared her throat. We're here to collect belongings only. The apartment resident has requested no personal discussions. Becca barely looked at me. When she did, pure hatred. Started grabbing clothes, bathroom stuff, then went for the 65-inch TV. That's mine, I said calmly. We bought it together. I bought it. You wanted the bigger screen. I paid the extra $600. Check your Venmo history. Her mom piped up. It's just a TV. Stop being petty. Then she won't mind leaving it. Her dad stepped closer. You know what? You're a small man. A real man would. Would what? Let his girlfriend frame him for domestic violence? Interesting definition of masculinity you have there. He turned red but didn't have a comeback. They loaded her stuff while I supervised. When they were finishing up, Becca tried one last time. I'm sorry, okay? I was stupid. Can't we just figure this out? Nope. That's IT? Just nope. Yep. Her best friend got in my face. You're really going to let her go to court over this? She made a mistake. She's got anxiety. And I've got a Ring doorbell. Funny how technology works. After they left, I found something under the couch, a small notebook. Her handwriting. Therapy talking points. Make him feel guilty about poker nights. Bring up his emotional unavailability. Get him to agree to joint account for transparency. Page after page of manipulation tactics. Ways to isolate me from friends. How to gain access to my finances. Red flags I'd missed. Photographed every page. Sent them to Patricia. Her reply, oh, this keeps getting better. Discovery is going to be fun. 3 days later, Becca's public defender called Patricia trying to negotiate. Wanted the charges reduced to a violation, no jail time, sealed record. Patricia's response, your client rehearsed a false felony accusation on camera, injured herself to create evidence, and wasted emergency resources that could have gone to actual victims. Counteroffer. She pleads to all charges, takes the conviction, and my client doesn't file a civil suit for defamation and emotional distress. You have 48 hours. They didn't take the deal. Fine by me. Let's go to trial. Update 2. The entitlement escalates. The preliminary hearing was last week. Becca showed up in a conservative dress, hair pulled back, minimal makeup. The I'm a good girl who made a mistake costume. The prosecutor laid it out. The video, the self-inflicted injuries, the premeditation, the waste of police resources. Becca's public defender tried arguing mental health crisis. The judge watched the doorbell footage. Twice. Counselor, your client is checking her appearance and adjusting her story between takes. That's not a mental health crisis. That's rehearsal. Set the trial date for 3 months out. That's when things went nuclear. First, Becca's mom started a Facebook campaign. Posted a long screed about innocent women being persecuted by the system and vindictive ex-boyfriends who manipulate evidence. Tagged me. Tagged my employer. Tagged my family. My mom saw it and went absolutely feral. Posted her own response with screenshots of the court documents showing Becca was charged with filing a false report. Interesting how you think video evidence of your daughter hitting herself is manipulation. Maybe teach her not to commit crimes instead of blaming the victims of her lies. Becca's mom tried to claim I doctored the footage. Multiple people pointed out that Ring cameras have metadata that proves authenticity. She deleted everything within an hour. But the damage was spreading. My gym membership got weird looks. The front desk girl who used to chat with me suddenly went cold. Apparently Becca's sister had told everyone there that I got away with assault on a technicality. I pulled the manager aside, showed him the court docs, explained the situation. He was cool about it but said, "You understand why we have to be careful." Sure. Guilty until proven innocent, even with proof. Then came the really crazy escalation. Becca filed for a restraining order against me, claimed I was harassing her family, stalking her social media, and threatening her through mutual friends. All complete fiction. But I still had to take a day off work, hire Patricia to represent me at the hearing, and sit there while Becca cried about being terrified of me. Patricia came prepared. Phone records showing I'd blocked Becca's number. Social media data showing I'd blocked her and her family on everything. Witness statements from friends confirming I hadn't mentioned her name in weeks, except to my lawyer. The judge reviewed everything. Looked at Becca. "Ma'am, you're currently facing criminal charges for filing a false police report. Now you're here, filing what appears to be a false restraining order claim. Do you see the pattern problem here?" Her public defender tried to intervene. The judge shut it down. Petition denied. And counselor? Tell your client that filing false legal documents is going to make her criminal case significantly worse. Becca burst into tears. Her mom started yelling at the judge about protecting male abusers. The bailiff had to escort them out. But here's the thing, even though I won, even though her petition was denied, people at work heard I had a restraining order hearing. They don't hear the outcome, just the accusation. My boss called me in. I'm not saying I believe anything, but HR is getting concerned about the situation. The situation where my ex is facing criminal charges for lying about me? I know, but optics matter. Maybe keep your head down for a while? Translation: you're radioactive until this blows over. That weekend, 11 p.m., I'm watching TV. Doorbell camera alerts. It's Becca. She's pounding on my door. "Open up. We need to talk." I called 911 immediately. Stayed inside. Let the camera record everything. "I know you're in there. You can't just ignore me. You ruined my life." She tried the doorknob, kicked the door, screamed about how I was destroying her, and she'd make sure everyone knew the truth. The cops arrived in 6 minutes, found her still there, mid-rant. They arrested her. Again, violation of the no-contact order from her bail conditions. Patricia filed for an emergency protective order the next morning, granted immediately. The prosecutor called Patricia directly. "Your client's ex just violated bail conditions. We're adding witness intimidation to the charges. Her bail's getting revoked." Becca spent 5 days in lockup before her parents could scrape together a bondsman. During those 5 days, her dad called my office. Got through to my boss somehow. Told him I was harassing his daughter and shouldn't be trusted around women. My boss called me in again. This time he looked irritated. "I'm getting really tired of this, but I need you to know it happened." I showed him everything. The court documents, the bail violation, the doorbell footage of her showing up at my place. He sighed. "I believe you, but this is becoming a distraction. I'm the victim here. I know, and I'm sorry, but perception matters. Let's get through the trial and this will all blow over." Perception. That word kept coming up. Patricia filed harassment charges against Becca's dad for the work call. Also sent him a cease and desist for defamation. He backed off after that. But Becca's sister picked up where he left off. Started leaving 1-star reviews on my company's Google page mentioning my name. HR had to get legal involved to remove them. Through all this, Becca's public defender kept trying to negotiate, each offer slightly worse than the last as her behavior kept making her case worse. Final offer before trial: plead guilty to all charges, 90 days jail, 3 years probation, restitution for my legal fees. Patricia asked if I wanted her to accept it. No. I want a jury to hear exactly what she did, and I want the maximum sentence. It might not be worth it. Trials are expensive, time-consuming. I don't care. She tried to ruin my life. She tried to send me to prison. She stalked me, violated court orders, and sixed her family on me. I want everyone to hear what she did. Patricia smiled. Now we're talking. Let's destroy her. Final update. Trial was 3 days ago. I took the stand yesterday. Today they read the verdict. Guilty on all counts. The evidence was overwhelming. The doorbell footage played for the jury 4 times. You could hear the gasps each time she hit herself and checked her appearance. My testimony was straightforward. Patricia prepped me well. Just tell the truth. Don't embellish. Let the video do the heavy lifting. When Becca took the stand, she tried the waterworks. Talked about being emotionally overwhelmed and just wanting attention, not to hurt anyone. The prosecutor asked, so you were willing to have the defendant arrested and potentially imprisoned for a felony to get attention? I didn't think it through. But you rehearsed it? Multiple times. Checking your appearance between attempts, that requires thought. No answer to that. Her character witnesses were a disaster. Her mom cried about her baby girl making one mistake. Her sister claimed I'd been emotionally abusive for months. Patricia destroyed that with the notebook showing Becca's planned manipulation tactics. Her best friend actually tried to say I'd probably done something to deserve the false accusation. The judge told her to stick to questions asked. Jury deliberated for 90 minutes. Came back with guilty on filing a false police report, misuse of emergency services, filing a false instrument, attempted witness intimidation for showing up at my door. Sentencing was today. The judge did not go easy. Ms. Rodriguez, you didn't just lie to police. You weaponized the justice system against an innocent person. You wasted resources meant for actual victims. You showed no remorse until you faced consequences. And when those consequences came, you escalated by violating court orders. You've made it harder for real victims of domestic violence to be believed. That, more than anything, is unforgivable. Sentence: 364 days in county jail. 1 day short of a felony, but still maximum for misdemeanor. Eligible for work release after 60 days if she maintains good behavior. 5 years probation after release. 500 hours community service at a domestic violence shelter. The judge's personal touch. $12,400 restitution to me for legal fees. Permanent criminal record. Mandatory counseling. Her mom screamed. Actual screaming in the courtroom. You're destroying her life. For what? She made a mistake. The judge: your daughter's mistake could have sent an innocent man to prison for years. She's getting less than she deserves. Bailiff, remove them. Becca was sobbing. Her dad had to be physically restrained. Her sister was yelling about corruption and protecting abusers. Meanwhile, I sat there thinking, this is what consequences look like when you can't manipulate your way out. Outside the courthouse, Patricia shook my hand. That was the most satisfying conviction I've seen in years. Usually these cases plead out. The jury needed to see what she did. Becca's public defender tried to approach. Patricia shut him down. We're done here. Your client's going to jail. She earned it. The fallout has been interesting. My boss called me the day after the verdict. Congratulations, and I'm sorry for the position this put you in. If you need time off, take it. The gym manager approached me yesterday. Hey man, I heard about the trial. Sorry we gave you the cold shoulder. People are talking. The real story's getting out. Appreciate it. Some friends who distanced themselves suddenly started reaching out. Funny how that works. Patricia advised me to be selective about who I let back in. The people who believed her over you despite evidence, they showed you who they are. She's right. Some doors stay closed. As for Becca's family, radio silence. The harassment stopped immediately after sentencing. Turns out when reality hits them in the face with jail time, they finally shut up. I sold most of the furniture we'd picked out together. Redecorated the apartment completely. New couch, new bed, new vibe. The place finally feels like mine again. Started dating someone new last month. Told her the whole story on date 2. Figured better to get it out there. She actually knew about it, had followed the case in the news. That doorbell camera saved your life, she said. Best $130 I ever spent. We're taking it slow. Trust doesn't come easy anymore. But she gets it. Ran into Becca's sister at a coffee shop last week. She pretended not to see me. I didn't push it. Some people will never admit they were wrong. The best part? I sleep well now. No more looking over my shoulder. No more wondering when the next accusation will drop. She's in jail. I'm free. Patricia framed a photo of the doorbell camera footage showing Becca rehearsing. Hung it in her office with the caption, "Why you always install cameras." She uses it to convince new clients how important documentation is. To anyone reading this, install cameras everywhere. Front door, back door, anywhere. Someone could claim something happened. They're cheap, easy to install, and they will save your life when someone decides to weaponize the system against you. Becca thought she could manipulate reality. She forgot we live in the age of video evidence. She wanted me to come home early from poker night? Well, she got my attention. Just not the way she planned. Currently working on a civil suit for defamation and emotional distress. Patricia thinks we have a solid case, especially with her family's harassment documented. They destroyed my reputation in my professional and social circles. Even though I won the criminal case, some people still look at me funny. That damage has a price. Becca's sitting in county jail serving her 364 days. Her mom's apparently trying to raise money for an appeal. Good luck with that when the video evidence is airtight. Life's not perfect. I'm still dealing with trust issues, still paranoid about accusations, still checking my doorbell camera obsessively. But I'm here. I'm free. And she's learning that actions have consequences. That'll do.